All right, this is Charles Tyler back at the Charles Tyler Show here on the Black Man's Option. We are back. I know I've been gone for a while, a little commentating and trying to get trying to get everything going, especially now with the upcoming movie set up for Frustrated 3 with my man Al Grease. All right, but today I wanted to cover a couple of topics about brothers getting over frustrated. Now, y'all probably heard my blog talk radio show, The Frustrated Black Man, okay? And what is causing it? Well, we got a couple of people in here, a couple of agitators these days who are just fueling black man's anger, especially towards African American women and or women of color, period. All right? And it's because they don't have any options to see outside the Matrix USA. Today, excuse me, today I got a couple of my colleagues on the line here. I got my man Ron Williams. How you doing, Ron?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Charles?
All right, Ron. Also, I got my UK brother Chris all the way from London. How you doing there, Chris?
Charles?
All right. And I also got my brother from down under, Corey Santana. What's going on, Corey?
Good, man. How you doing?
All right, all right. We wanted to get a topic discussion today on why, what's going on here with the frustrated black man in America, and even in all Western societies for that matter. Now what I'm starting to see on social media is an influx of brothers just attacking black women all over the place. All right.
Wow.
And there was a point to where I was pretty radical myself, and it was before I started seeing the world, and the world is much bigger than the United States. The world is much bigger than Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Okay. And also the world has a lot more black people than the United States. We only make up 13% of the population. For example, a country like Brazil, which is the size of the United States, is 51% black. We're the majority down there. Okay, not the minority up here. Therefore, we have so many options. That's just that one country alone. Not adding Ghana, not adding Colombia, not adding Peru, not adding the whole Caribbean, not adding the whole Central America. The reason why Donald Trump probably hates Mexicans is because when you go south of the border, it's black. Okay? And I just wanted to get y'all to chime in on your opinions with my man Ron first. Man, Ron. Go
Right.
shoot on ahead, brother.
What you made about frustrated black men is, I think, the main reason that I have encountered when I'm traveling and coming back to the States off and on is that we must learn how to take responsibility for our own actions and decisions, past, present, and going into the future. And I think once when the black look in the mirror, said, I did this. You did not do this to me. We always want to say, if this girl didn't do this, I wouldn't be in this situation. But look at yourself first. What did you do to whatever situation? Dissect your decision. Why did you do this? Was it for sex? Was it lonely? Was it because that you just got a good buzz of drinking and whatever the case may be, and you wanted to hang out, or you got excited off of a movie, or you saw some pictures, you saw some images? We got to be able to be responsible for our own decisions and our actions. And I think once the black man realizes that, then he can be able to expand himself and go elsewhere around the world. Because if not, you're going to take that same attitude, mentality to another country, and you're going to have the same mindset, and you're going to view those people the same as the people that you have dealt with and you trying to escape. You cannot escape from yourself. And that's what I want to say on that issue, Charles. I'm finished.
The thing is with that, right, is that we got a lot of YouTubers out here, who are just basically throwing more fuel to the fire. Guys out here, I'm not going to say his name. I'm just going to say something that rhymes with him. T Sotomayor. Put it like that. Okay. And if I could get any more cleaner than that. And this gentleman is going out here all over YouTube, and he's basically preaching to a point to where it's getting violent. Okay. All right, he's teaching. Well, here you go. That's what black woman. You might as well punch a black woman in the face. And I'm like, a beat a black boy, come at me, I'm gonna whoop her ass. Look, my thing is this. I used to be that. I'm not a violent person as far as women, especially. I'm 6'5". If I grab a woman and do something to her, I'm going to jail, no doubt. But see, that's the consequence, okay, of you. We're acting, overreacting, and acting like the people that we're supposed to be trying to get away from. See, African American women, they have a tendency to be a little. They go on emotions. They react on emotions, and then they feel sorry for it after the damage is done. Well, the way this guy is up there asking brothers to be is to go on emotions too. All right, react just like the women do, and then the end result is you got a felony charge against you. Guess what? If you got a felony charge against you, if you don't have a passport, you won't get one. All right, and if you do have a passport, you're going to lose it.
Thank you.
Okay? Therefore, you're locked into the matrix. Okay? You're locked into Matrix USA. You can't leave the United States. So you're going to be stuck with the same ratchet, brash and crazy women and poor choice making women. Okay? Now, when I started traveling, all right, and I started seeing the world, and I started seeing women, black women now, and I just want to make this clear. The United States, no matter how many times I say this, the United States don't own the patent on being black outside of Africa. All right? All of South Central America is black. They speak Latin. It's black Latinos. Okay? All right? Or Afro-Brazilians. All right? There are so many aspects of blacks. But if you locked into the matrix only teaches you one thing. Black people exist only in Africa and the United States. Don't look at the history. Even though the transatlantic slave trade came through, all right, from Ghana, all right, on over to Salvatore Bahia, on up into the Americas. All right? And that's why we got blacks, so many blacks south of the border. Okay? All right, we were the last stop. All right? And the thing about it is brothers sit here and they get frustrated and they get angry, and then they hear this guy, oh man, punch a black woman in the face, oh do this, do that, be violent to them, they're going to be violent to us. No, walk away.
Thank you.
Walk away. When a brash, ratchet black woman come up to me and starts flipping out, right? Starts cussing me out, starts saying I'm gay, starts saying I'm my mom this, my mom that, fuck you this, and then all that other stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
You know what it sounds like to me?
What's that?
And in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get that airline ticket next week. I'm going to be flying out to Rio. You know what? I think I'm going to go to Fortaleza this time, meet up with my old girl and everything like that. Yeah, and just thinking about, all these fine Brazilian women waiting for me down there and everything like that, and less stress to give me massage, and oh yeah, yeah, man, I'm gonna go down there. The beach is gonna be nice, little fine little things, nice little booty right there, throughout the whole time this broad is cussing me out. That's what I'm thinking. All right, and the thing about it is, while she's up there and she's doing all that, right? I'm taking the power away from her because I'm not paying her no mind. Because my mind is already not there with the ignorance.
Charles, you know what a school teacher said to me once? We was in class, and you always had a couple of people in class want to disturb the class and everything, want their attention. And I never forgot what he said, and I think this is a good motto right here. Ignore a clown, he or she will quiet down.
Exactly.
And I always carry that in my life. A lot of times, the best thing to do is to be silent and walk away, like you said earlier, and ignore people. Then, if they want to be aggressive towards you, you got to defend yourself from that. But you have took all the means that was necessary to avoid this or avoid that. And that's what I think a lot of people don't do. And I don't know, they can blame it on anger management, because like I said again, what I was saying earlier, we as blacks, I'm not talking about no other race, they have their own little niche of their thing. But I'm talking about what I see in my environment is that we feel as though I got to defend something with words and with action, and then you end up throwing yourself into the mouth of the system. That's jail, prison, court, money. You got to spend out, and then when the whole thing over said and done, here go one person gonna come. Man, if that would be me, I would have just walked away. And I learned to say the best thing to do is when you see people, when your observation is the key of getting away from a lot of foolishness. When I observe people from a distance, listen here, I don't say anything to them, I don't speak. Now people say, well, that's rude. Well, you can call it what you want to call it. It's my tone. And once a person with the right mindset can do that, you're going to be able to navigate and stay on your path to where you want to go in life. Because there are people out here really want to stop people. I call them demonic possessed. And you ain't going to see them demons outside, they're inside. So why invite their foolishness inside your life? Don't feed off of it.
And sometimes
people don't.
You know, but see, here's what I'm saying, right? And you know, correct me if y'all get from wrong, but haven't y'all noticed that social media these days are starting, especially like I'm seeing all these groups popping up on Facebook, and you know, and they're just being aimed towards, you know, being just miserable here in the U.S. Look, it's women's doing this guy and this did. And it just being, and the thing about it is, like I said, I remember that. I remember we used to be that way. But, you know, what I'm trying to target is the young black males out here who don't know any better. See, we up in age. Okay, we know better. We know, we the 40 somethings and all that stuff. We've been there and done that. It's the 30 and 20 somethings who I'm more concerned about, because they're thinking that this is their reality. All right, they're thinking that a passport's too hard to get. A passport is technically easy to get and easy to lose. Okay? All right. And the thing about it is, or maybe I correct myself, in a way, it's kind of hard to get and easy to lose.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Okay, let me correct. I had to hit like, oh, wait a minute. Let me really step back a little bit. You know, but the thing about it is, once you get it, you got the ticket to getting out the matrix.
Charles, can I say one thing, please?
Go ahead.
I was 23 years old, getting back on the passport, and I was in the military at that time, and I pool, and it was a black gentleman sitting at the bar, and then after I lost that game, I went to the bar again, and I didn't know this guy, and he didn't know me, but I imagine he have been observing me off and on when I come. And I said, bartender, give him a man whatever he like to drink. He said, no, it's on me. I said, thank you, sir. And then he said, my name is Womack. I said, okay, how you doing? My name is Ron. And you know what he said to me? He said, you know, I want to share something with you, brother. Now, I haven't known this guy at all now. Mm-hmm. He said, when you get out the military, no conversation at all about my future staying in or getting out. He said, please get your passport. He said, I live in Great Britain, and I'm married to a Brit. And he showed me his son picture, showed me his wife picture. He said, I've been over here for about 20 years. He said, get your passport once you get out. Don't you know that was the first thing I did? I didn't know what a passport was. And that brother said that to me. He dead now. But when he said every day I look at my passport, my first passport, because once you renew it, they send an old one back, and they'll punch a couple of holes in it to make sure to let you know that's invalid passport. Mm-hmm. Every time I look at that first passport, I think about Mr. Womack. And he was the one who introduced me to get a passport and travel. And I want to say that because a lot of times he was black. London said earlier, Chris London, I call him London, he said earlier, the difference with black people, we don't want to get advice and information from another black person, and that is true. But we have to know that knowledge is everywhere within everybody. Good, bad, or ugly, the knowledge is in there. But once it comes to you, you got to have the mind to decipher it, to say, will I run with this or will I run with that one? Concerning information.
The mind to go with that, but unfortunately, what normally happens with black folk, due to miseducation and just having that basic of white people without even realizing it, a black person says something to a black person, they won't believe it. A white person comes along and says the exact same thing, and then take it to be the truth.
Take it to be the truth.
And it happens unconsciously for a lot of black folk.
Right, I got you.
And that's something that is really sad to see, man. That has got to go. It really does across the globe.
And what you're saying is true, because when I was in the Philippines, brother, this cat, he was black, 64 years old. Every time I helped him twice when he was drunk in the club, and I probably going out getting a sandwich and stuff, and I go and get a beer. And then, he was urinate over himself, and I said, I'm not leaving this bar until my man sober up, because I said, nobody's going to touch him, nobody's going to rob him, nobody touch him. Then one day, the manager said, well, I'm going to call the police. I said, you better call the police, because if anybody put their hands on him, we all going to go down one way or the other. And, I did that to that brother twice when he was drunk. But, that brother never embraced me. But this, going back to your point, London, but this white guy that he used to hang with, where the white guy was hanging with him to get money from him, put it that way, every time he called, he go running. And I'm not gonna call the name out, but I said, brother, why? I said, did that guy hit you, man, March 2012? Did that brother make sure you got home safe? I could have stole this and that for you. I locked your thing and I threw your head together, but lay down and get some rest. We got to break this. This guy was 63 years old, and up to this day, we never had a closed bond relationship like I wanted to. And I thought that, I said, well, since I helped that brother, because he could have been, whatever could have happened to him that night, I don't know. But my heart couldn't let him stay there long, and I go back to my house. So what you're saying is true, brother, that mindset that when a white person says something, it's their goal. And I've met a lot of them throughout my employment, lying on this, lying on that, lying on this, lying on that.
It happened to me when I was in the I was working for Time Warner for 8 years.
Okay.
And I was a retention rep. All right. And if I wanted to steal, I could steal my butt off if I wanted to. But I wasn't like that. I wasn't dishonest. White guy they just hired, made him manager overnight. All right. And the funny thing is we hired him. I didn't want to hire him because see, the way it works is that we always hire. We always do like a interview, with potential managers and everything like that. And the ones that we pick, we only picked him because the other guys, they waited too long and they got jobs elsewhere. But anyway, this guy comes in. He already had two delusions of grandeur and everything like that. And I made a mistake. And I mean, the guy, he just would not work. He wanted to go, and it was a mess. Anyway, to make a long story short, he lied to the general management, saying that I taught the other collectors how to do a a bucking numbers scheme.
Mm.
All right.
Wow.
When he was the one who told them to do the bucking numbers, and I was the one who reported to the upper management that we're bucking numbers here. These numbers are not real. They're going to come back to haunt us. You know, come on, we're not bringing in almost $20 million a day. I mean, $20 million a week. That's crazy. We're not bringing in that much money. You know, sooner or later, and you know, everybody wanted to go along with it because everybody was making money. Guys was making about $15,000 a week. Okay, so they were going with it. And I'm like, nah, man, this is going to come back to haunt us. Our system is not big enough. Here we are making more money than New York. And New York's a way bigger system than we are. All right. Well, long and behold, they ran an audit against our office. I mean, our office. And they found out that the numbers were a bunch of lies. But the white boy turns around and said, you know, look, Charles Tyler, he was the one that showed us how to do that. What? I almost jumped across the table and tried to strangle that boy. I'm like, I can't. But here's the thing. I warned the upper management that this happened, that this was going to happen, that he was pushing this. But did you think they listened to an 8-year vet? That 8-year vet? You think they would listen to me?
No.
This guy's only been here 6 months, and you think they would listen to me? No, they listened to him. All right, I got not only fired. They said that I embezzled $100,000 out of the account, $150,000 out the account. All right. You know, turns out that he was the one who embezzled the money. At the end, they found out he was the one who embezzled the money. He was the one who had set up the bucking numbers scheme. He was the one who also did sexual harassment, which cost the company about $500,000 in a lawsuit. Okay. Now, do you think Time Warner would want to come and say, you know what, Charles, we did you wrong. Here's your job back?
Nope.
Nope.
Doesn't work like that, man.
Doesn't work like that.
It's the code of white supremacy.
The code of white supremacy.
By the code of, I'm talking about whites, let me just give a quick plug. Hidden Colors 4 out yesterday, doing big things. Check it out.
Check it out.
HiddenColorsFilm.com. But yeah, by the code of white supremacy, they did exactly what they were supposed to do by their code for that white dude. They covered their own. You've been there for eight years. Man, then the bottom line is they have a hard time seeing a black male as a human being. You're something to be exterminated as quickly as possible in whatever way any excuse will do. You know, and that's something brothers really have to be aware of, brother.
Yeah, and
I'm not surprised.
And the thing about it is, the reason why all these things kind of happen to us is because we allow our situation to be more frustrated within ourselves. We hate each other. Okay. You know, we hate each other, and we hate each other. All right, and this is what happens. Okay. And, you know, therefore we're taken advantage of all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is the why, you know, we need to also come together. Now, the thing about it is we got brothers right now who want to keep us apart. Okay. We got brothers on social media who are telling other brothers to not be not to be pro-black. Not to be pro-black. Not to be this and that. If you pro-black, you're a simp. I'm hearing this stuff and I'm like, for real? Not to be pro-black? I mean, shut. Oh my God! Whatever happened to the Public Enemy days?
Hey, John, you hear me?
Santana.
Yeah, I hear you, Santana.
Yeah, your boy Tommy Tortomayo, he just made a video like 2 days ago. The title is called "Why I Think I'm Black and I'm Proud." It's a load of bullshit.
Of course.
Like crossing the line now, like.
Keep in mind.
It's you.
Go ahead. Santana, can you hear us?
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Your mic keeps dropping a little bit.
I used to agree with a lot of Tommy views, but now I'm starting to think somebody paying him to like be a coon. I used to disagree and argue with people. Oh man, this man ain't a coon. He's speaking the truth about black women. But then I paid attention to him. I said, man, something's wrong with this guy.
Well, look, the thing about it is, I lost before when I caught the guy lying about situations that happened here in Philly. You know, a little fire broke out. Oh man, black women will leave your kids to burn in the fire, with a situation that happened a couple of blocks from where I live at. And I found that, and I found out to be totally untrue. I started losing respect for the guy. Then he turned around, and this is the drop the mic moment that I wish a lot of brothers would just take in and think about. A lot of young brothers. When he had David Duke on his show,
Yep.
that should have been the end of it right there. All black subscribers should have dropped off from this guy. All right, David Duke. You have David Duke on your show, and you sitting up here saying, "Yeah, David, you're right, Master Slayer. Yeah, black people ain't shit. You right, you did." You have David Duke, the former leader, national leader of the Ku Klux Klan, the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, on your show, and you agreeing with him? Are you kidding me? And this guy still has black subscribers. Guys are up here now, even gotten guys in certain Facebook groups. If you come on the group being pro-black, they hating on you.
Yep. He got a lot of black women too doing that too, though.
It's the brainwashing. All right, this is the second coming of social media's Jim Jones, getting black people to hate themselves, to hate each other. He's not helping us.
Yeah, he
He's
made
hurting
another
us.
video saying how he think everybody in the hood should kill one another.
You know what? Let me tell you something. Despite the issues in the black community, despite we have black on black crime and everything like that, because of the lack of reparations, overdue reparations and everything like that, every other minority that got paid reparations are doing well. Indians, Jews, all doing well. We're the worst of all and the most overdue of all. Okay? And we ain't seen reparations. You don't see Tommy Sotomayor telling David Duke, yo, man, you owe us reparations. You don't see him say that. All right? The thing about it is, right, like I say, he's a tool of white supremacy. And a lot of brothers needed to call him out for that. Okay? And all. To talk about Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed has been doing a wonderful job. Hidden Colors 1, Hidden Colors 2, Hidden Colors 3, and now 4.
And 5 will be coming as well.
Keep it coming. I'll be watching. Okay? My man Al Grease. All right? The one who brought us here with Frustrated 1 and now Frustrated 2 and heading into Frustrated 3.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? All right? These are brothers who are about building up the black community.
I mean, just to interject, Charles, what Al Greasy did with that first offering, woo!
But what he did with the second is even more powerful.
Oh, yo, that one is a uppercut.
Yes.
They're both dope. But that first one, when he broke the ice to let us know what was going on, that opened up a lot of eyes, man. I'm so glad. And he done it the right way.
Yeah, and I want to add into that right there. We're trying to make Frustrated 3. Frustrated 3 is going to be the knockout punch.
Oh yeah.
All right, but we're going to my listening audience out there who listen to the Black Man's Option and everything like that, we're going to need your help. All right, I'm going to be leaving a link there, these films in the subscription box at the bottom of this video. All right, for donations for Frustrated 3. We're going to need your help. All right, and when I talk about donations, we're going to be talking about a real movie maker. We ain't going to talk about a guy who wants to go and going to bring out a movie 2 years late now, maybe 3 years late now, got almost $100,000 and still no movie. I don't have to say who that is. Y'all all know who that is.
Talk about.
Okay.
Self-America, whatever it's called.
Okay. That's not coming out. All right, let's be real. Call it for what it is. And every time one of his guys ask him for their money back, he's up there. Oh, go see my lawyer. Go see my man. This nigga asked for $20. Yeah, he asked for $20 because he believed in your product. He believed he wanted to help you. You don't down him because you didn't deliver. You give him his money back. Okay? The thing about it is we won't down anybody because we will deliver. Frustrated 3 will be coming out soon, but we need your help to make it happen. This is our movie, the Black Man's Options movie. Okay? And we're going to need your money, to make this happen. We're going to need your donations.
I'm going to donate to Dave. You got the link on the Facebook group? Or
the link is going to be in the Facebook group for the ones who are familiar with my Facebook group, Afro-American Men versus Afro-Brazilian Women Would You Date? All right. You can also find in the pin post right there, you'll see the clip of Frustrated 3 right there as you go into the group. But like I said, this is more, we got to eliminate the hate in the black community. We don't need people tools of hate like TS. You know what I'm talking about. All right. Tools of hate who are teaching each other how to hate each other. How to hate African American women. I don't hate African American women. I don't like a lot of things they do, and I choose not to deal with them, but I don't hate them. Why? I got an African American mother. I got African American sisters. And I don't hate them. Okay? Now, as far as black women, there are black women all over the world. Different cultures. Okay? Different ways.
Thank God.
All right? And as you can see on some of the pictures that I put in this video, you see black men, including myself, with other black women. You ain't seeing me with no white woman. I don't got no white woman from Russia sitting up in here with me. No. I got black...
It's funny you say that because I noticed lately he been putting white women on the pedestal too.
Well, look, that's expected from a coon. All right? That's expected from him. We ain't going to make this all up about him. I just wanted to point that out, and this will be the last we talk about it. But I will say this, right?
Yeah.
Black women, if you travel the world, and you get that passport, just like my man Ron says, all right? I know Santana, you'll be soon have one. Chris, you got one, and I know Ron got one. Okay, and including myself. And y'all treat them little books like they're bricks of gold. Okay.
I put mine in a safe.
Yeah, it goes in everywhere I go. My passport goes in the safe too. All right.
Man, that's what I'm talking about.
All right, because here's the thing: when you travel, that becomes a huge value. Your passport becomes a huge value. It allows you to go to other places. Don't be afraid of getting on an airplane. Planes don't crash like that anymore. We ain't living in the 1970s and 80s. Okay? It has to be something real drastic to happen on a plane for it to crash.
Charles, I want to add one more thing too about the passport, and this is what I did when I was in the Philippines. I made a photocopy, color copy, just like my passport is colored, and then I laminated it, and I carried that on me while my original passport with all the stamps and everything in it was put up. So if you run into any kind of complication with the police or whatever case may be, which I haven't ran into stuff like that, but I'm just saying you won't tend to lose that one, and you do have that to show, and you get back and get your original one. That's just like that's just like an ID. You can't do nothing with it, but it's got your photo or picture on there as well, and your number on there, and it got USA on there as well, and then you can be able to say, I got my passport, it's in the safe in my room.
That's a good idea, because what we do when we travel to Brazil, all right, let's just say you want to go to a currency exchange. Currency exchange is going to ask you for your passport. Right. Of course, I don't suggest brothers be walking around with their passports, like it's in their back pocket. My passport is just as soon as I hit ground, or I go to my apartment, it's going in the safe. I get a copy of my passport. All right. Just like what you just said there, a copy of my passport. Then if they ever put it in my wallet, and if they ever ask me, okay, look, we need need some documentation, because I'm going to exchange money for Brazilian reais, it's going to say US dollar for Brazilian reais, they're going to probably sometimes ask you for that document to show that you are who you are. You're not, and mainly, because see, the thing is that down there in Brazil, if you're an American, they only charge you 5 cents on the dollar. If you're a Brazilian, depending on the currency exchange, but if you're a Brazilian, they're going to charge you about 33 cents on the dollar. So so they want to make sure you're not Brazilian trying to get over. Okay. So that's why they ask for your passport when you're trying to do a currency exchange. But the thing is, it's like this. When brothers need to stop being frustrated, to follow up from my last Blog Talk radio show, they got to stop being frustrated. Get their passport. Stop being frustrated. Start packing. If you don't,
excuse me, Charles. Let me iterate this if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Plan first. Save. I don't care if it's just $100 a month, and be looking forward to that. That'll keep them. That'll keep anybody. Even with myself back in the U.S., I'm planning where I got to go next, and I'm saving. But my mind, my body is here, but my mind, spirit is focused where I'm going to. I'm not looking at here. So that means stuff that goes on around me, it don't affect me because I'm not in it, unless it's gonna confront me. So a lot of times we don't plan properly, but we just talk. I'm gonna do this one day. I'm going, and that never come around. So you got to plan and stick to it. Make bullet points. I'm gonna do this for this month, and next year, 6 months from now, I should have this, I should have that. And then you will meet that goal very quickly than just talking about it. I'm not talking about you per se. Most people do that. I haven't met a lot of people. I want to travel like you. You must be rich. That's why I plan properly.
Yeah, exactly. Because see, going like a lot of people say when I go down to Brazil, oh, that's about $5,000-$6,000. No, it's not. It's pretty cheap. In fact, I found airline tickets and rental fees as far as staying, because I don't use hotels down there. All right, when I rent from a rent apartment or anything like that, I find them way cheaper than me going down there to like to Miami or to Las Vegas or something like that. Okay, to go even further, put some stamps in it. But then also, most importantly, when you travel, leave the matrix mindset back here.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's very good point.
When you bring that frustrated, angry mindset with you, those women down there are going to pick up on that.
Yeah.
They're going to pick up on that you're an angry person, and they're going to look at you and they're going to be like, you know what? I don't even want to be bothered with that either. Okay. All right.
I hear you.
You come down there with an open mind, with your eyes wide open. Okay? And trust me, you will have the best time of your life, to a point to where you'll reach the level that I'm in. Okay? That Ron you're in. All right? That Chris you're in, and Santana you will be in. Okay, you'll reach that mindset to where you no longer get angry when, an African American woman comes up to you and wants to go start acting stupid, or don't pay you no mind when you say hello to her or anything like that. That doesn't bother you no more. All right, because just like you said, Ron, your body might be here, but your mind is already plotting on the next place to go. Your spirit's already gone. Your body's here. All right. So you don't got time to get into that negativity, to stress you out, to bring you down on that level. Okay? What black brothers got to do is they got to stop listening to ignorant clowns who never been anywhere in their life on YouTube. Okay? Who are only doing what they do to get paid so they get YouTube views. Yeah. Okay? Charles Tyler doesn't do what he does or set up the black man's option to get YouTube views. It would be nice, but I do what I do because I'm tired of hearing brothers being hurt. Okay, here in America. And there is a black man's option. The world is way bigger than the United States.
Charles, I want to just say this last piece. I just thought about it. You know Emmitt Smith, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you remember that year when he held out for more money? They didn't want to give him the money or whatever case be. That was in the 90s, okay? Mm-hmm. And then he came back and got, I think he got the most valuable player or something like that. Mm-hmm. But he got the rushing record for that year. But he was out for about, I think, 3 games. And you know what word that stuck with me? Him and Marcus Allen, what they did one time. I think Marcus Allen was Oakland Raiders, and I think that was a Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
but I'm just giving that point out there for me to make this point. It seemed like every time the coach may draw up a play, go through the 2-hole, for example, whatever play they may call, go through the 3-hole, 4-hole, 5-hole, 6-hole, whatever. But they always got more yards when they cut against the grain. And I took that piece with me from back then up until now, and this is my point on that. Learn to cut against the grain. You'll pick up more yards. And then when I use this metaphor to say this, learn to cut against the environment or the people that coming around you or you going around them. Cut away from them, and you're going to gain more perspective of what you're trying to do. Cut against that. And you'll find yourself, you ain't got nobody going to tackle you. You got the whole field of life in front of you. And that's the point. Cut against that.
Well spoken. Well spoken. Well, we're going to kind of reach the end of our video here on that. I would like to, any final words from you, Chris, and Santana, and Ron?
I just want to give some shout outs, but again, I want to shout out Al Greasy. Definitely go and fund that, make a donation. The link will be below the video. Again, shout out for to Tariq the Sheep for Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3,
That's
and
right.
now 4. Extra special shout out to the homeboy Sandman and Stone Throw Records, and just about any brother and sister out there that is actually in the business of practicing group economics wherever possible.
All right. Santana, you got something for us?
Yeah, I just wanted to say it was a great show, man. This morning I woke up frustrated, but I already know I could depend on Charles Tyler and you other brothers. So, man, for my fix or whatever. Like I said, I discovered Charles 6 months ago. And, man, you know, once I started watching one video, I never stopped. And he was my motivation to save up $2,000 a month and, you know, get my financial situation taken care of. So maybe I can see you guys down in Brazil this November.
Oh, yeah.
November.
It's going to be November. Yeah. Yeah.
Because my goal is when I first get there, I want to stay at least 2 months. Because I think the visa is only 3 months. But I have enough money where I can stay 2.
Man, you'll never want to come back. Man, we going to have to drag you on a plane. You'll never want to come back, man.
One more thing, Charles. It's a smaller town outside of Rio. I can't think of the name of it right now, but I hear a lot of people talk about it in the group.
Cabo Grande?
No, it starts with a B.
Belo Horizonte?
Oh yeah, have you ever been there?
Yeah, I've been to Belo Horizonte. That's another state.
Oh, okay.
That's another state. That's about 6 hours 6 hours northeast of Rio de Janeiro.
I see. What's the story on it?
Well, you know, Belo Horizonte, it's a little bit more inland a little bit. Okay. You know, it's country, a lot of country. You know,
it's a rural area.
It's very rural. It's, you know, and it's very beautiful. I tell you that too as well. But it's not the beach type of place. I will say that.
Not like Rio.
Not like Rio, or Cabo Grande section. No, not Cabo Grande. Cabo Frio. Not like Victoria. Or Fortaleza, stuff like that, or even Salvatore Bahia.
Okay.
I suggest a lot of brothers try to go and look at Salvatore Bahia because that's where the transatlantic slave trade connection ended, going across the Atlantic.
I see.
That's history right there and everything like that.
And the 2 months I stay there, I get a chance to, experience all that, the culture.
Mm-hmm.
You was just talking about. That's what I can be doing with those 2 months. The 2 months ain't gonna be just about chasing women.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's gonna come easy. So that's my least worry. But I just want to see the mentality over there, and see how they embrace us brothers. I keep hearing good stories on how brothers go over there and they don't feel the pressure that you feel here. You know, when you go out, people stare at you. The media make you look like
Brazil,
a terrorist.
yeah, Brazil down there, they embrace you. And that's going to be the one thing, the culture shock that you might get when you're first. That's what a lot of guys get when they first come down there. They get people that walk up to you and shake your hand and give you a high five. You're not used to that because we so cold here in the U.S.
Yeah.
We so why are you coming a little too close to me here? What you up to? What's your agenda?
Oh yeah, and another thing, Charles. Me and his female friend a week ago, we was watching one of your videos. Before we was watching your video, we was watching Frustrated Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
Because she didn't understand why a lot of the guys was going to Brazil. She said they going to, the same old line, pay for sex. I said, no, that's not the only reason they going. They can do that over here. It's more prostitutes in the United States than over there.
Oh, yeah.
Go to Backpage, go to Facebook. Women trying to sell you stuff on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I let her watch the video thinking she was going to understand, see it from our point of view. And the way she did, but at the same time, she kept saying, y'all copping out, you got to fight for what you want. And I'm like, wow,
please.
If I got $1 for how many times I heard this, I'm going to be rich. Fight for what you want.
I'm too old to do that. Okay? I'm too old to do that. Been there and done that. Skip that. Next. Nah, no way.
I would like to say this last piece. I want to shout out to Jeff in Brazil for connecting me with Charles. I really appreciate the camaraderie that I'm getting from these brothers since I have returned back to this country.
Yeah, Jeff down there in Salvatore, in Sao Paulo. Yeah.
And yeah, brother, thank you for putting the country in there for me. Thank you.
Oh, no doubt. Big respect, Charles.
And the last thing I want to leave, going back to what Santana was talking about off that little clip by him and his friend was looking at their Frustrated Part 1. Brother and sisters, if your mindset is not right, I don't care where you go on this earth or this world, you're going to carry you with you, and that mind is going to be there also.
That baggage.
So get your mind set together. Amen. You don't need money for that.
Amen.
You need to be honest with yourself. You need to be truthful with yourself. And if you want to blame anybody, point those other 4 fingers or 3 fingers when you point your finger at yourself and say, let me hold myself accountable. And then you can be able to move forward.
Amen.
I got to say on that one, brother. Thank you for letting me be part of this show today.
All right. And I'm going to come with the final word here myself right here. All right. Now, the thing is this, right? I've also seen a lot of negative posts on Facebook about the situations going on in Brazil right now with the impeachment of President Dama, all right, and also their economy issues. Okay.
Okay.
Now, the situation, the Zika virus and all the other propaganda matrix bullshit. All right. But the thing about it is this. 1, this is our time to make a move on Brazil. Okay. Their financial situation is the exact time. You don't go and make a move on a country financially and invest in a country financially when their economy's up. You jump in when the economy's down. All right. Why the US dollar is almost 4-to-1. Okay. It's not going to be that way forever. All right. It took a good president almost 8 years to get us to this point. Now we're talking about putting in a lousy one. All right. That's going to bankrupt the country just like he bankrupted all his businesses. Okay. Now the thing about it is, also going to that point too as well, when it comes down to the voting, Charles Tyler is voting on strategy, not personal. All right. If I had to vote for Hillary Clinton, it's vote for Hillary Clinton because Hillary Clinton gonna keep my dollar strong when Charles moves to Brazil. Okay. All right. Let's not focus on the negative when it comes down to Brazil, countries like Brazil. All right. A lot of the issues don't really affect us right away. There's a lot of brothers living in Brazil right now who ain't calling me up saying, yo, man, you got to get me the hell up on out of here. This shit's crazy. All right. We got brothers down there right now like Philly McFly Harris and his wife, Janet. You've probably seen their pictures right here. Like Lennar Foxworth. Like Dwayne Banks. Okay. Like Jeff. Like Professor Turner, and like the living legend himself, Mr. John Thompson. All right.
Oh, yeah.
If these guys were in Brazil right now, none of them are calling me up, and none of them are telling me anything that you hear on the Matrix. Who do you think I'm going to listen to? The Matrix USA Media, or the brothers who live there?
That's right.
Okay, who can tell me the truth? So don't let the Matrix Media, all right, control your decision on traveling to countries like Brazil. All right.
One more thing, Charles. What do you think about the impeachment of their president? Like, from what you know,
Typical white supremacy. Typical white supremacy. She was helping black folks, who were the majority down there, and that's why she was removed. She may get it back in 6 months, but they replaced her with a right winger who are not for the poor, who don't fight for the poor, and only fights for the rich and white. So just keep that in mind. This is white supremacy at its best. Even there, you'll never escape white supremacy. It's a worldwide epidemic. Okay. Only thing we can do.
Cabinet is all white now.
Exactly. Only thing that we can do now is control it, and let our money change it. Okay. In time. All right, brothers, we got to go wrap it up here. This is Charles Tyler over at the Charles Tyler Show right here on YouTube. All right, the Black Man's Option always going. Also, you can catch me every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on Blog Talk Radio. We're going to be putting that link up too. Also in the Facebook group. For my guests, Mr. Ron Williams, Chris, and my man Corey Santana all the way down there in Texas. All right. This is Charles Tyler signing off on the Black Man's Option. I will check y'all brothers later. Peace.